Sean is ready to pull the anchor up right now.
Welcome back to Sailing Tela. Join us today as we sail to land after a magical time anchorage hopping. Since we've been on the anchor for a while, Sean has found himself running low on drawers.
Well, I'm about to run out of drawers.
We'll also need to park ourselves in a marina for a few days since there's 50 knots of wind expected in a couple days. Spoiler alert, we'll end up loving this little Spain town that us Americans keep mistakenly pronouncing as Blaine.
Blaines.
Blaines?
Blaines.
Instead of the proper name, Blas. I absolutely love it here.
I cannot find fault with it. We quite possibly just experienced
Some of the best food we've had since starting our journey of sailing around the world. I'll endure a painful shower,
The understatement of the year.
and Sean will score some bourbon. And finally, we'll find ourselves on a wild goose chase in a nearby town in search of, well, we'll get to that.
It's going to be interesting.
But first, let's start off from the very beginning.
Welcome back to Sailing Tela. I'm kind of in a hurry because Sean is ready to pull the anchor up right now. We are heading to a new location. We've been on the anchor for the past week or so, but you can check all of that out in our very last video. We got to get going because we're trying to get to the marina before they close for lunch. We've got weather coming, so we want to get in the marina a couple of days ahead of time just in case it gets here early. Anyway, that is a little rundown of what today's video is going to at least start off like. So let's get this anchor up. All right. There is a little bit of weather coming, which I will pop up right now. The temperature today is supposed to be in the upper 60s. Sean was like, last night he told me he wanted to get out of here really early so that we could get to the marina before noon. That way we could get there, checked in, get a berth, all of that stuff easily before everybody goes to lunch.
In case y'all are wondering what the back and forth is between pulling the anchor up and Sean poking around in the anchor locker, as Sean pulls the anchor up, the chain goes down into the anchor locker, and the chain can coil up into a mound. So he takes our boat hook and pushes the chain down so it's not just in a mound and will all fit into the locker.
Hey, you want me to start turning out?
Yes, just watch those rocks on the chart. You see where they're at, right?
We really need to do a laundry because we've been on the anchor. I think we still have half a tank of water. We take 1 shower a day each. But we'll fill up on water. We do have a water maker. If we did run out, we obviously would have used the water maker. We need to probably pick up a few fresh food items. Here comes Boss Man.
See that fishing net? Don't get too close to that.
That red.
Yeah. Here we are on another crisp Mediterranean morning. We're getting on down the Spanish coast this morning. We've been out on the hook. It's been awesome being off-grid and on the hook. But it's time to head on into the marina. We got to get in and do one of my favorite things. We got to do some laundry. My drawers are getting low. I'm about to run out of drawers. I don't mind recycling pants or jeans or recycling the sweatshirt, but drawers is one thing you don't want to recycle, I guarantee you. It's that time. We got to get in, get that laundry done, take a little break from being on the hook, and see what this next town of Spain is going to be like. Keep y'all posted.
The wind has gotten stable enough for Sean to pull the mainsail out to control a little bit of this roll that we're experiencing right now. We did not have far to go, and we are about to pull into Blaine's. It's quite a city. It's got a lot going on. We're super excited to check it out. But Sean and I went ahead and got all of our fenders placed out and our lines ready so that we can go to the fuel dock. We have not refueled since leaving our wintering slip. We've got more than half a tank of fuel, but Sean wants to go ahead, keep the tank fuel top off. So we are going to fuel up for the first time since leaving our wintering destination. Went ahead and got both of our lines up there. We've got our fenders. The fuel dock should be on our port side. We looked on Google Earth, and as well as obviously like the pilot guides and everything, but Google Earth gives such a good picture of what the marinas are actually up to date looking like. We are soon to pull in to the marina.
Yes, this is sailing vessel Tela on Channel 9.
Good morning. What can I help you?
Yes, good morning. We need to top off with fuel, and then we would like a visitor berth for about 3 nights.
Okay, for the fuel station, after the next pontoon, turn left and we're waiting there for you.
All right, roger that. After Kilo Pontoon, we'll turn left to the fuel dock.
We are at the fuel dock, and Sean is about to top off our tanks. We've just gotten into our slip. We literally walked the boat back into the slip right behind the fuel dock. So we are here, and then we're going to walk Delilah because she has had no land time as we've been anchorage hopping.
Upon arrival to Blas, we took Delilah on a walk since we had just been hanging out among a couple different anchorages and hadn't been to land in a while. It felt great to stretch our legs, and we knew Delilah girl needed it too. Before we continue the video though, here's a little bit more about the marina. It's extremely protected, and we feel lucky to have gotten the ultra secure slip that we did. The marina office is here. There's a gate here, and the laundry facility, trash, recycling, and men's and women's separate shower facilities are just a few feet from our slip right through here. The shower facilities are spacious and very clean, and we would soon check out these showers, and Sean would report back that the men's shower was pretty hot, although I have to be honest that the women's shower was brutally cold. Now, back to day one of arrival to Blas. We did mistakenly pronounce it as Blaine's off and on throughout this video, but the proper pronunciation we learned is Blas.
Immediately noticed about here when we went and took Delilah for a walk a second ago was how many trash cans are everywhere.
Yeah.
Some places you literally cannot hardly locate a trash can.
Yeah, true. Very clean and appears very new.
Yeah.
The docks are all new and in good shape and have lots of fenders and protection along the docks, so it's very nice.
First impression, we've just basically been to the marina and that's it. We like it. But now we're gonna go explore and see what we think of the rest of the place.
Yeah, so far, I cannot find fault with it.
You cannot find fault.
I cannot find fault with it.
Check this beach out. There's a lot of people laying out that way. This is pretty empty for a while. I can see we're gonna be having lots of Delilah runs during our stay.
On day one in Blas, we got there early enough to spend the entire day exploring the area. There are so many restaurants we saw, beautiful architecture, an outdoor market that we found out is open about 5 days a week, lots of boutiques, and Blas is known as the gateway to the Costa Brava. It's popular for its beaches, and it's still in the Catalonian region of Spain, which explains why most of the signs and menus are in both Spanish and Catalonian. As of 2018, the population was only 38,790. Blas is about 43 miles from Barcelona.
Right, baby. Your thing that we do when we're traveling is bourbon hunting. So we've been to a couple of different little local wine shops, but now we're going to the Mac Daddy. We walked about 20-ish minutes to get here.
That's right. We're going to go in here and see what they have. It's a big box store in Europe called the Wine Palace, but They have some interesting selections of wine for sure, and they have a little bit of bourbon, so we're gonna go check it out.
Let's go, baby. How big that is compared to Sean's hand. Like, that's massive and massiver.
Y'all, so it is cocktail 30 here on good old Tela. We had a little successful day today. We had a long walk, had an excellent lunch, and we did a little bourbon hunting. We came across, not super rare, but a very solid bottle of Four Roses single barrel Kentucky bourbon. This Four Roses single barrel is 100 proof, out of a single barrel, aged 7 to 9 years. And on the front of the bottle, it tells you which warehouse and which barrel number that this was drawn from. It was warehouse HE, barrel number 91L. I've had the Four Roses before, have not tried the Four Roses single barrel. I'm a big fan of the 100 proof stuff. This it's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to the Four Roses 100 proof single barrel. So let's get it. Smells like good old Kentucky bourbon whiskey. Just going to try a little sip of this neat. See what we have. That's good bourbon whiskey, y'all.
Sip number 2.
For 100 proof, very smooth. This is not a wheated bourbon. I really like the Maker's Mark 101, which is a wheated bourbon. Also really like the Rebel 100 for a very inexpensive bourbon. We found a bottle of that up in France, y'all might recall from one of our previous videos. And this is very good stuff. Very happy with this fancy bottle.
We have gone nuts with the walking after being on the boat anchoring. Today, we walked 19,230 steps, 8.52 miles. This city is so cool. I absolutely love it here.
Since arriving to Blas, Delilah Girl has been getting in her daily morning and evening beach runs. If you're new here, Delilah is our dog that has traveled with us from day 1 aboard our sailboat. That's right, she crossed the ocean with us, and she's been in and out of 10 of the 11 countries and islands that we've been to since we started. And actually, on April 8th, just a little bit ago, she turned 6 years old. Although everyone she encounters always thinks she's still a puppy since she's so full of playful energy. After being in Blas for one day of exploring and getting in nearly 20,000 steps, it was time to get our drawers washed. As Sean mentioned, laundry facilities are something super important to those of us with boats that do not have a washer and dryer on board. So we were super happy that this one was only a few steps from our boat slip. You had to come get coins so that we could go wash the laundry.
Yes, so it's private to this marina only. So this is the machine. I don't know if we can get it all in there or not. Let's see how it goes.
So not all of our laundry fit in, so we're starting off with 1 load. We have a whole nother bag after. 1 wash and 1 dry is a total of €8 or 4 and 4.
So basically
An hour.
1 hour.
And it comes with soap, but we put our own soap in there additionally.
And y'all, while we did make our way to Blas to do laundry, there was also this weather system we were hunkering down for, and the time came for that weather to show up. We experienced small bouts of rain, but it was mostly the wind. There was a time when the forecast called for up to 50 plus knots of wind, but in the marina where we were, it only got up to about 39 knots. And while we do prefer life on the anchor by far, we also don't mind being safe and secure during days upon days of wind gusts to that degree. Even during the most wind, which was 39 knots, our boat was very sheltered in the Blas Marina, and we didn't experience a whole lot of rock and roll. But you can certainly tell that the wind had stirred up the previously calm waters into crashing waves that we and most everyone around couldn't help but get lost in, watching every wave crash in for periods of time. And what started out as just a 3 or 4 night stop in Blas to not only get caught up on laundry but also to seek shelter from the storm turned into a 13-night stay in the marina as we've been waiting for calmer conditions. We've loved exploring this area, and y'all know we loved eating the food here too.
There's this one restaurant that we've been trying to get into since we arrived here. We're finally able to get a reservation for tomorrow. I think she's the owner. She gave us recommendations of this place called Santi, S-A-N-T-I. And she even called and got a reservation over the phone for us. So we walked from restaurant 1 to Santi. We're sitting here and she said it's literally the best paella. We're super excited. We're sitting here for lunch and we have already ordered our paella.
From our appetizer to our main course of paella, all the way to dessert, this meal was one to remember. But we'd soon learn, as great as it was, it wouldn't hold a candle to our next meal out.
It is the next day and we are at the restaurant that we've been trying to get a spot in. We're here, we finally got a spot, and our first thing up is this salad with salmon, and it looks like egg and tomato.
Even before we left on Tela, we both traveled quite a bit, and since we left the States on Tela, been to 11 different countries. We are here in Blanes, Spain, in the Catalonia region of Spain, north of Barcelona. We quite possibly just experienced the most quintessential, exquisite, fabulous, most Susan herb meal out of all 11 countries that we've been to.
100%.
Family hole in the wall named El Sorao, and everything you put in your mouth was absolutely positively 12 out of 10 to die for, homemade, deep, rich, quality flavors. OMG. Still not sure what just happened, but it is a meal that you will never forget. If you are ever anywhere near Barcelona, you need to get in an Uber, a taxi, an airplane, a bus, train, or walk, or hitchhike. You need to get to Blanes, Spain, and go to El Sorao, y'all.
Seriously. Woo! So amazing. We've just traveled to the next town over. I don't even know the name of it.
Margaret Del Mar.
Yes, and we are wine shopping.
Let's do it.
Okay, we're going into a wine store numero dos. We had a house wine at the restaurant that we went to yesterday, and it was so good. The owner, she spoke very broken English, but we were like, we've got to have this wine. It's like really good. So she told us to go down basically to the next little town, to the wine shop, and tell them that you want the house wine from El Sorao. We have gone to 2 wine stores here. Haven't been able to find it, and there's one more. We think this is the last wine store, and it's about a 10-minute walk from here. So we think this is the last wine store in this little area. So we're gonna go there and check out and see if we can find this wine. But anyway, on our walk, we came along this stunning church. And so Sean, being the Catholic man that he is, has decided to go in and say a prayer.
After an ultra picturesque walk, we arrived to the 3rd and final wine shop in the town of Margaret Del Mar in search of this house red wine that was so easy to day drink. This right here is one of those experiences you don't come across often. This was a true mom and pop type of place. And when we told the shop owner we were interested in buying the red house wine of El Sorao from Blas, he filled us up a jug. Quite an authentic experience. If y'all like to see behind the scenes of daily life living on a boat, fun beachy photo shoots, content that never ends up on YouTube, or just to know how much we spend on these marina stays, check out our Patreon. We have it linked here and in the description of our video. And if you like these weekly videos, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on these adventures we find ourselves in. Please remember to hit that like button and let us know what you thought in the comments below. We sure appreciate y'all spending the last 20 minutes with us. And we'll see y'all next time on Sailing Telaroo.